I never knew The Sims 3 came out on the Nintendo DS. I thought it was a PS3, 360, and Wii only experience outside of PC and Mac. So once I found out about the game, I had to get a hold of the game and play it for myself. After messing around for over an hour and 30 minutes, I could say without a doubt, the game is ambitious for the hardware and time, offering an experience that's unique to the DS. The Nintendo Wii version is also similar, but different enough. You got like 15% of the Sims 3 base game here from the PC.
What the hell is even that?
Once you start up the game, you can select a new game and choose from either playing a pre-existing household or creating a new sim. You can only have one sim at first and then get one more via a partner. There's no different ages like baby, infant, toddler, child, teen, young adult, adult, and elder, or even ghosts. You can only be an adult sim. The skin tones are simple and there's no creative style in the game, which hinders your creativity and makes the game very samey, as people will look the same with facial similarities and matching clothes. But at least the trait system is here alongside a lifetime wishes, so select up to 4 traits, a lifetime wish based on what traits you have, and finalize your sim. I honestly hate how the Sims look in this game. They're big-eyed, anime-looking abominations with big ears. Honestly, they make the default Sims on the PC version look good, like they're from The Sims 4 or something. But after all of that, you can select a home to move into and begin playing the game. We'll cover build mode and buy mode first, as I was shocked they even allowed you the ability to even build anything, given the Sims 2 DS did not allow such a thing. The UI is a clunky mess to navigate, and you best have a stylus to play with, or use the mouse if you emulate like I did, cause screw the used game market these days. Jesus Christ, the price of everything now. No way. So you need to use the touch screen for basically everything. So in build mode, you can place new walls, windows, doors, flooring, wallpaper, and delete walls. Flooring and wallpaper will eat up the whole room. You cannot have different stuff in each section, unlike in the PC game and stuff. It's just not that good, and the camera angles don't help either. Also, there's no pools, no place in garden stuff, there's no gardening at all, you can't have multiple stories, fireplaces, you name it. None of that stuff exists in this game, which I kind of get due to the limitations of the Nintendo DS. For buy mode, you have a very small selection of stuff to use. Heck, they only included some of the skill objects and entertainment stuff. You can't even buy a car. Your sim just uses one automatically when they have to travel at a certain distance, and it's a random one each time, quite jarring. But buy mode has the essentials like plumbing, appliances, beds, you name it. Overall, it's okay, but there's not much for gameplay objects like hot tubs, pools, arcade machines, VR goggles, train sets, you name it, like in a PC game. You can't have a garden, you can't swim in the ocean, there's no pool floats, there's no pets or anything. It's a very, very basic experience with only a small selection of stuff like a game console, a computer. You can't even have a writing skill. You can't write books. You can't become an author like in the PC version, which is what I do. I become a horror novelist, kind of like R.L. Stine with his Goosebump books. You do have a chess table, you have the easel, and that's basically it. There's just not much to buy, not much variety, and again, because there's no creative style, there's only one option for every piece of furniture. So if you want a couch in a different color, you can't have that. You want a bed in a different color, you can't have it. You want a chair in a different color, you can't have it. You want a countertop in a different color. You can't have it. Yeah, that really does suck. Again, you must use the touch screen for almost everything, as the face buttons are for camera, zoom, and rotation. The start button allows you to select things like save, disable sim autonomy, and quit the game to the main menu. So touch the object you want to interact with, and from the pie menu, select the desired action. You can speed up the game surprisingly, unlike The Sims 2 DS, which was real-time, akin to Animal Crossing Wild World. The top part of the screen will display most info such as skills, motives, time, simoleons, reward points, mood, and more. To switch between these info panels, you must select your sim and touch the orange circle in the middle of the screen. If you want to call someone or see other info, you must pause the game, hit a loading screen, and navigate more menus. You can have up to 2 wants at once locked in, like increasing a skill, befriending a sim, flirt with someone, etc. To move the camera around, however, you must touch and drag the bottom screen around. It's a very clunky, unintuitive way to play a game. And even after over an hour, I didn't get used to it. Instead, I found myself more agitated than ever. As you play the game and tend to your needs, you'll interact with Sims, get a job, go to work, and eventually, hopefully, find yourself a partner. Just like the PC game, depending on your social interactions used, you can have different options for more social interactions. So make the interaction more alluring for more raunchy romance socials. Make the conversation more friendly for more friendly options, you name it. I actually like this concept, but it was kind of altered and scrapped in The Sims 4 basically. Well, after an hour, I found myself getting a special someone and had them get married. And of course, it's all abrupt and it's all with unique cutscenes. And these cutscenes kind of remind me of The Sims 2 for PC, where your first special interaction has a memorable moment. But given that The Sims 3 Sims for DS look so freaky, it's not memorable or special. These cutscenes are nightmare fuel. Now we live together and it's time to juggle between the Sims, tending to their needs, making them get to work and keeping them happy, all within the game's awful controls, which isn't easy, and I quitted the game around 1 hour and 30 minutes. It was disheartening at first with the vast limitations of lackluster nature. It became somewhat more interesting after a while, but then delved into a frustrating nightmare towards the end. I just couldn't put up with the performance, long loading times, UI navigation, you name it. Speaking of bad performances, of course, for trying to replicate the PC game, the DS version is hindered by fugly graphics, clunky controls, bad LOD, awful load times, and frame rate dips galore. Things got worse once I had a wife and had to juggle several Sims at once. The game is a clunky mess of bad performance, but I had to commend the developers for trying to one-to-one the game with the PC version. Even the PS3 and 360 versions wasn't this close, which is funny, given they have more powerful hardware. Honestly, after that 1 hour 30 minutes, I had quit out of frustration and a bad migraine. The low resolution graphics and clunky nature was getting to me. Unlike a heavily modded PC version, which ironically still looks and performs way better. At the end of the day, The Sims 3 for DS is really ambitious for what it's trying to pull off. It's The Sims 3 from PC on the go, on a handheld that's not really capable of much outside of Brain Age and Nintendogs. It's clunky, it runs poorly, it looks awful, there's not much content and features, but for the time, it was okay. I still recommend it and consider a painfully average game well worth checking out. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.